want to congratulate the Riverhawks on their first tournament championship in school history. Connor Hellebuyck is the 6th freshman goaltender to win tournament MVP honors. The shutout was the 4th shutout in the championship game's history. Coach, you want to just start with some general thoughts on tonight's championship game?
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to acknowledge BU. That was a hell of a hockey game. It could have went either way. That's certainly the best hockey we've played against BU all season long, and they're a great opponent. But I'm very proud of our guys. It's a championship for Lowell, and I'm happy for everyone.
Questions at this time for Connor Hellebuyck or Derek Arnold? Andy?
Andy Barron from New England Hockey Journal. Derek, when you started at this school, could you have ever envisioned that this was going to be possible in your time here?
To be honest, no. Coming from New England, growing up seeing BC and BU every year, you didn't see Lowell here too many times, but it's amazing right now and a remarkable accomplishment by the group of guys.
More questions at this time for the players? Scott in front.
Scott McLaughlin, College Hockey News. Connor, what's going through your head in that last minute where they get the extra tack on and just throwing the puck around the offensive zone there?
Probably the same thing as everyone. You got to keep calm and kind of keep everything under control and stick to what you do best. And I think we all did what we needed to do, and that's why we triumphed there.
In the front here.
Scott Weiger, U.S. College Hockey Online. Derek, McGuire had some dangerously close calls with wraparounds earlier in the game. Was that in your mind when you scored that goal, or just walk us through what happened?
It was just kind of a broken play, went off the skis, and I think McGuire came out of the net a little bit too much, and I saw some daylight. So I went with the wraparound, and he was still way out of the net, so that's what I saw.
More questions? John.
Thank you. John Powers, Boston Road for Derek. You guys have been so close. I mean, not you guys, but other Lowell teams have lost to BU by a goal for the title. What did it feel like to actually get your hands on the damn trophy finally?
It was unbelievable. We have Josh Holmstrom on our team. His brother was a part of that 09 team that lost to BU here. And he gave us some words of wisdom earlier today. So it's very, very special for this group of guys.
More questions for the players?
Tim Healy, Daily View Press. Derek, what was that conversation like between you and Coach Parker at the handshake line?
I just told him that he's a great coach, and it was an honor playing against him. And I respect him a great deal.
Anything final for the players? Thank you guys very much. You can return to the locker room this time. You guys can go. More questions for Coach at this time? John.
Thanks, Norm. Even though you guys were clearly going to be going on after this, how important was it just for validation for the program that you had been the best team in the league all year to get it done here as well?
Well, it was very important because I think there's a lot of skeptics out there, and there's certainly a lot of detractors that felt that we're going to come up short again. And I was certainly reminded by our own press people of how many times we've seemed to have lost the game in the finals. And from personal experience, obviously we came one goal short in '94 when I was here, and Josh Holmstrom's, as we mentioned, his brother Ben came up one goal short to BU. So, you always want to win when you play, but it was fitting that we played BU tonight to come out on top. And I'm excited for not only the guys in my locker room, I'm excited for UMass-Lowell.
More questions for Norm? Nancy.
Nancy Memphis, Boston Globe. Norm, could you talk a little bit about what it's like? I mean, there are 2 freshman goaltenders out there playing their hearts out, and just what Connor's meant to you and what he's been able to accomplish down the stretch here.
Well, he's been phenomenal. You don't win a championship without a great goalie, and tonight I thought he was spectacular. He made key stops at key moments to keep the game at tied, and you can't say enough about the kid. He started playing regularly at Christmas. He came down with an injury, and we've had a pretty good stretch here. You know, he was the difference tonight, and his poise and his calm demeanor are by far his strongest asset. And it ricochets the domino effect from the defenseman to the forwards, and when you have that, he gives you a chance to win every night, and that's all you can ask for as a coach.
More questions for Norm? Dave in the front.
Dave Hendrickson, U.S. College Hockey Online. You have a kid like Derek who was saying that now when he came to the school, he didn't really believe that this could happen. And you know, as you mentioned, it's usually been the BCs and BUs and so on. What kind of things did you do to go and make these kids believe that this actually could happen?
Well, I think there's a time where you have to say why not Lowell, and that's this year. We have great leadership. You know, we talked about Riley Wetmore before, but we can talk about him again because he's a winner. He's just a substance person. And when you're talking about hockey, you're talking about off ice. If you have a leader like that, you have a chance. And obviously the goaltender, as we just mentioned, is vitally important. But then you have to talk about the captain. And he wasn't going to be denied tonight, which was a real credit to him. And it, again, the domino effect across the team when you got a kid who's going to lead you by example. And you know, I'm certainly proud of him first and foremost.
More questions for Norm in the front.
Sean Cox, SB Nation. Can you talk about Scott Wilson, what he brings to the table besides the offensive zone? Like, I think he made a block with about six minutes to go. Can you just talk about all he brings besides the obvious in the offensive zone?
Well, you bring up a good point. He's certainly bought in, and I think everybody's bought into playing defense, or else you don't win a championship. However, when you got a skilled offensive player like that who's willing to block shots and get in front of pucks, it bodes well for his career and bodes well for his development, and it's a major step in his overall development here at UMass-Lowell. And you know, I'll have to watch a film, but there were several plays by key members of our team where maybe a little more offensive than defensive at key times to keep the game 1-0. And I don't know how many shots we blocked in the last 5 minutes, but there's several.
More questions? Scott in the front.
Coach, you had beat BU all 3 times you played them this year. A couple of those wins were rather handily. Was there anything you had to say before the game to make sure no one was thinking it might be a little bit easy or anything like that?
Nothing in hockey is easy, first and foremost. The games we played against BU were not one-handed. They were very close. And just because you see a 3-0 score, a lot of times an empty netter at the end, that was the first season. This is a whole new season, and that's the best BU team we've played this year. And it just shows you, it's a credit to the coaching staff how they've improved throughout the year. I thought we were able to nullify some of their speed with some back check pressure. But you saw against Boston College last night, they fell down 2-0 and were able to score the next 5. So there was nothing easy about this win, and that's what makes it probably more gratifying, is that it was a 1-0 win and could win either way possibly, but we managed to get it done.
One last question for Norm. Andy.
Norm, it was such a well-played game. Both teams really played such great defense. Did you get the sense that it was going to be a broken play that did it, that it wasn't just going to be a conventional goal, that, you know, one of you was going to have to capitalize on one error somewhere and that was going to make the difference in the game?
We've been good in the third period, and I felt it was in our locker room somewhere. So I didn't know if it was going to be a broken play. I didn't know if it was going to be a pot play, a pass off the pad. I didn't know if it was going to be an ugly goal. It didn't really matter. I really felt it was in our locker room somewhere, and I didn't give it too much thought. As long as it goes over the line, I was going to celebrate like everybody else. So we're very excited. There's no question. It's a great moment for our hockey team. It's a great moment for UMass-Lowell.
Coach, thank you very much for your time. Good luck in the NCAA.